James, must have been a roller coaster of emotions once your response to a game like that.
Look, I was very proud of the way the boys played the probably last quarter and a half, and I actually didn't think we played that badly. I think we didn't execute in our forward line very well. Whether that's bad football, probably is. We didn't kick goals when we should have, and we didn't convert our opportunities early in the game, which left us just too far to go, really. I mean, but the end was, shows a lot of fight and spirit in this football team, and you just got to convert those wins, and and hopefully next week we will.
The conversion's been an issue for a while. How do you see it?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work in our goal kicking, and it's probably not working as well as we'd have liked to date. We kicked, I think, 9-1 in the last quarter, so hopefully it's turned around. But no, we've got some ideas, and we'll keep working through those ideas and hope that it does turn around, because I think we kicked 1-11 in the first half, 1-11. It's not going to win you too many games of football.
Did you feel like the team was too slow on the ground in the first half, hence the goal changes substitution?
Yeah, we just didn't feel like we were using the ball well enough, and probably a bit big in our forward line. It was coming out a bit easily, so we threw a challenge to Paddy to pretty much ruck this whole second half, knowing also that he had a break this week. I don't think you'd want to do that too often to a player, just because the load it takes on them. But I thought he was brilliant in the ruck in that second half.
James, how's poor old Courtney Dempsey? It was sort of a heartbreaking moment there at the end. He was doing the right thing and playing on, but the siren was beating him.
Yeah, Courts is pretty disappointed, but to me, he was one of the main reasons why we were back where we were. I mean, his ability to win the ball and use it as well as he did, and his run off half-back was outstanding. So that happens. He doesn't know the time. I thought he played pretty well, Courtney, so it's just the way it goes.
Can you take us through your emotions in that dying seconds, James, when you see the ball heading towards him?
Yeah, look, you're excited. I think you're hopeful that we can score a goal, because with a minute and a half to go, I think 2 minutes to go, when we were 4 points down, it's out of your hands, really. You make a few quick moves in the box before the centre bounce, and then you hope that the boys do what they need to do with the ball, and they almost did, just not quite enough. And we sort of sit back at round 11 and assess how we've gone the first half of the year, and 8-3, we'd love to be 9-2 or 10-1 or 11-0, but we're 8-3 and in with a chance. So I thought our last sort of 3 weeks has been a bit disappointing, but I thought today we played a lot better than we had done previously.
And James, you mentioned Dempsey, but your skipper was immense in that last quarter. So I think 11 possessions, 2 goals was a
yeah. Well, he's an incredible player, Job, and I hope he's able to get through the season, injury free, and with the form he's in for his own standing in the game, because we hold him in very high regard internally, and I think people outside are now starting to give him the credit that he deserves. But we're halfway through the year and a long way to go, but so far he's been outstanding.
Did you ever think you were gone? Late in the third quarter, you think you were...
Oh, there's no doubt that you look at the scoreboard and you think, how are we going to come back from here? But the one thing we have got confidence in is this team's ability to score quickly, or hit the scoreboard quickly, whether it's goals or not. Hasn't been goals this last couple of weeks, but our ability to score quickly is one of our strengths, and we just have to kick more goals and points, and I think it'll be a different story.
Strange question. A couple of media outlets were reporting about laser lights being shot on the ground. Were you aware of that at all?
No, I didn't see it. No, I haven't. I don't know hard enough you noticed it, but we didn't notice it.
David Zaharakis is obviously going to miss a couple of weeks. Do we know how long?
Yeah, he'll miss 3 or 4 weeks, David. It's very well. He did it at training yesterday, so and a bit of a run around and a light kick, and he strained his quad. So it's disappointing, and we're going to have to cover a very good player.
James, where do you think obviously there was inaccuracy, but where do you think you sort of fell down a little bit in that first half? Was it just their pressure on the ball carrier, their tackling and their run away from the contest?
Yeah, I thought, Sydney, to their credit, were exceptional for the whole game. You normally see Sydney play a really strong inside game, and that perhaps don't have the spread of some teams. But tonight they outspread us. They outused the ball. They took the ball away from the contest. They used it better than we did, and that was all credit to them. They've taken a game. They've got their inside game well, and they've got a good outside game now. So that made them very hard to play against, and they scored. They were able to score from turnovers or score from the amount of inside 50s they had very effectively. So I thought we played a different Sydney today than perhaps we'd played last year, which is all credit to John Longmire and his coaching group, that they've evolved a game plan and got it even better, which is, that's not easy to do.
Lewis Jetta influence? Did you obviously would have planned a bit around him, but you didn't seem to be able to kind of curb him that much?
Yeah, not early. We certainly, he was getting away from us early. We put Courtney to him for a while, but what that did is took away from our run as well. So there's a balance there that we wanted to get back. And when Courtney got freed up, you saw the influence he had. So he's a very good player. If he gets out in space, he's almost impossible to stop. And I think 3 goals and had the ball 20 odd times. So he was a significant factor on the game.
Stuart Canary looks like he's been playing sore for a little while. Is he one that's really going to benefit from a rest?
Yeah, he just keeps getting knocks. There's nothing significant that he's getting, but he got the knock to the knee against Brisbane, and that's been sore for a couple of weeks. Got a knock to the hip today, which is sore, and I suppose that's the want of a key forward, that you get knocks and it's hard to play with those knocks. So he's definitely one that we need to freshen up, and we've got a week to do that now.
Are there any plans for the break?
We're going to give the guys 3 or 4 days off, and we'll get back into training, I think, Thursday or Friday this week. We go to Perth the week after to play Fremantle, so we'll give them 3 or 4 days off. We've lost the last 2 games, but we've always talked about improvement in our playing group, and I think we've shown that this year so far. So in some ways you give them a big pat on the back for what they've done for the first half, but in the other way you say, well, 2 losses in a row, we're going to start winning pretty soon, boys, if we want to keep our position in the top 8.
Just in the first 3 quarters, maybe it wasn't just the inaccuracy in front of goal, but the delivery and the ball use. Is there any instruction you gave at 3/4 time to lower your eyes, as they say, or just use the ball better going forward, give your forwards a better chance? Yeah,
we there's no doubt our method into the forward line was poor. Well, we're not poor. It was just didn't give our forwards the best opportunity to kick goals, and we spoke a lot about that at quarter time and half time, about using the ball in a different way and being more adventurous with our ball use. And it took to the last quarter to sort of break the game open and do that. I think that what happens in games against really good teams at Etihad and the smaller grounds is it takes a while to break the game open, and you've got to be close enough when the game breaks open to have an opportunity to use good ball use. Unfortunately today we were just let it go a little bit too late, and we weren't close enough when we opened the game up, and that's what happened. And all credit to Sydney, the way they were able to bottle up our use of the ball, but then when they got it out in space, used it a lot better than we did. Thanks, guys.